Welcome to Life at Grow Enrollments, where we bring you insights, tips, and stories from our vibrant company culture. I'm Nestle, your host for today's episode. Today, we're diving into a topic that's crucial for anyone working remotely. Top productivity tips for your home office. Whether you're new to remote work or a seasoned pro, these tips will help you make the most out of your home office setup. Joining us today is Kim, who has mastered the art of staying productive while working from home. Hi, Kim. Thanks for joining us today.
Hey, Nestle. Super excited to be here. I love this topic because honestly, working from home has completely changed the way I viewed productivity, and I can't wait to dive into it.
Me either. Thank you so much again for joining, Kim. This is a very interesting topic, and I feel like a lot of people can relate. There's difficulties to it, there's pros and cons, so I think this will be a fun conversation. So excited for this episode. Before we get into our main topic, though, let's start with something fun. I call it a little icebreaker segment called Fast Talk. I'll ask you a quick few random questions, and you just answer with the first thing that comes to mind, okay? No overthinking, just go with your gut. Are you ready?
Yep, let's go.
All right. Coffee or tea?
Coffee, iced coffee.
Iced coffee, got it. Early bird or night owl?
Night owl.
Same. Favorite work from home snack?
I love chocolates. I always have them by my side.
You're a sweet tooth then, got it. I'm more of a savory. I love chips, but I totally get that. Do you work with music on or in silence?
With music on, definitely.
I don't know a lot of people that work in silence, do you? It's quite rare. I feel like you need to have laser focus. I feel like maybe someone that might get distracted with music or something needs to have complete silence. But me either, I can't work in complete silence.
Same thing.
One thing you must have on your desk at all times.
So I have this favorite mechanical keyboard,
Oh,
and I love the clickety-clack ASMR it makes.
that's your must-have on your desk at all times. Do you also like buy the little bits where you can change? I see people like put mushrooms on one keyboard.
I don't personally, but I've seen like a lot of cute and quirky keyboard caps.
I see it all the time. It's so cute. It makes me feel like I want to also buy a keyboard, but I have really long nails. You also have long nails, so it goes in the cracks. You know, so it's hard to type. Your nail gets caught.
Yep, it'll be
My
hard.
keyboard is the boring flat keyboard so that it doesn't like get caught in the cracks. But thank you so much, Kim, for that fun icebreaker. Now that we've warmed up, let's dive into our top productivity tips for working from home. Let's start with the foundation, your workspace. We all know that working from your bed sounds great, but it's not exactly the most productive setup. So Kim, how important is it to you to have a dedicated home office space?
For me, it's super important. I need to have that balance, that separation between work and rest. I have this dedicated desk or workspace, which helps me switch into work mode. I have like a good ergonomic chair so it doesn't hurt my back while working, proper lighting, and a second monitor. It makes a huge difference in my efficiency and how I do work.
I completely agree, especially with the good lighting. Just to me personally, if the lighting isn't just right, it feels a little depressing. I feel like I can't be productive because I'm just like kind of sad. So I feel like your office setup has to be a certain way to help you also be in a better mental headspace. And I unfortunately work in my room, but I do have a separate like office space. I think for the first week of working from home, I really liked working from my bed. I had like a bed table and stuff, and it was like really cozy. But it's not very productive in the long run because then you just rest and you're just like lying down. It puts you in a different kind of headspace. So it's very important to still have that balance between work and home still, even if you're in the comfort of your home. So I completely agree. You made a very good point. So it really influences how focused and comfortable you feel throughout the day. And I also swear by having a decluttered desk. What about you? Are you a neat freak about your desk or?
I'm actually not a neat freak. I have a lot of tiny memorabilia, tiny statues on my desk. I have this little house, Christmas house. Even if it's not Christmas, I have the Anito statues in here as an inspiration.
That is very nice. We all have our different quirks, right? And some people can't. I'm not a neat freak, just an in between. If I have my space clean, I want it clean for the next couple of days. But once I put something there, like it'll just live there. So I completely feel you. All right. Thank you so much, Kim. So, one of the biggest struggles of working remotely, I feel, is time management. So, it's easy to either get distracted or work way past your hours. So, what has been your best strategy for staying on track?
For me, I really swear by the Pomodoro Technique. So it's working in blocks, about 25 minutes each, and for each block, you get a rest for 5 minutes or so. And I feel like that 5 minute rest is so crucial to take the momentum going.
That's true. I believe in the momentum thing. Like, if you're working out at the gym, you have like in between sets, of course, you have a rest period. But if you rest too long, you lose the momentum and your muscles kind of, which is what my boyfriend tells me. I don't really know. I swear by time blocking as well, but not as disciplined as the Pomodoro technique. That's actually the first time I've heard it. But I do the time blocking thing as well. If I'll have like a layout of tasks that I have to do, and then I'll be like, I'm gonna do this for an hour, and then I'm gonna take a 25-minute break, and then I'm gonna do this for a couple hours. So just longer work periods. It's really challenging, but you have to be disciplined. So working from home really challenges your discipline. So thank you for your insights, Kim. But let's be honest, distractions. It's everywhere when you're working from home, from your bed, social media, your pets, or just the temptation of the fridge. So I'm really curious how you stay focused and avoid distractions.
So for me, the key thing is prioritization. When I'm going to work on a task, I stay focused on the task. When, let's say, I suddenly think of like wanting a snack, I give myself the rest to like take a banana or like muffin or something from the fridge and give myself the proper nourishment, the proper rest. And then I go back to work. I always try to minimize distractions. iPhone has this personal setup, work setup, so you can have different modes for your phone. And I feel like that really helps to keep your focus on the task at hand.
Absolutely. I agree on those focus modes. It's become really helpful because you can just filter what kind of notifications come through. Honestly, if I'm being completely honest, I suffer from do you know what brain rotting is? So my boyfriend always calls me out for brain rotting because I'll be on my little breaks and I'll just be like, I can't hear anything. I'm just like scrolling. Like just mindlessly scrolling. And when you're working from home, there's not a watchful eye on you. So you have to be very accountable for being disciplined, making sure you stay on track and you're managing your time, you're doing your tasks, you're not just letting yourself kind of just do whatever just because you're out of sight. So working from home really helps train that discipline.
I definitely think that over the years, I've developed the skill of discipline. It's knowing when to take a break and when to get back to the focus mode. It's hard to toggle in between like rest, work in such short amount of time. And so it's really needed to like get the job done, be 100% present on what you're doing, be it rest, be it work. So it's daunting to have like those focused time block hours, but I feel like that's a muscle that can be stretched and can be improved.
Absolutely. So another hard thing about remote work is knowing when to log off. It's so easy to keep working past normal hours. So how do you maintain a good work-life balance?
When work ends, I have a strict end of work routine. I close the laptop I feel like cooking is the bridge between like work and rest. It still is a task, but it's focused on nourishment. It's focused on resting. It's focused on feeding yourself like a good treat at the end of the day. And then after eating, I try to read books. I feel like that relaxes my mind and gets me be in that rest mode.
It's the opposite for me when it comes to reading books.
Mhm.
'Cause I get so excited, especially if you pick up like a good book. I like then don't want to sleep. I'm like, no, I need to finish this book right now. So I don't tend to read before sleeping because I tend to like really, I can't stop thinking about it. I'll just be like in bed. And I want to know what happens to her in the next chapter. So, but yes, I completely agree. I think it's important to kind of separate yourself from work once it's done. So my bridge is logging off from all of my work tools, kind of like say goodbye, good night to work. Since I work nights, it's usually morning out. So I start my winding down routine. I also cook and then kind of get changed into sleeping clothes and then just wind down on my phone, which does not help. So yeah, kind of different, but pretty much the same. Did you ever need any help sleeping, like from being on a screen for 8 hours? Like, did that ever affect how easily you went to sleep?
Yes, for a time when after work, I would also be on my screen, like my personal time, like watching a film or like doom scrolling. But I feel like taking the time off the screen really helps to like calm the mind, be in that really sleepy, slow rest mode.
I agree. I completely agree. Thank you, Kim. Finally, let's talk about productivity tools. What apps or tech do you swear by?
So I love Notion. I use it for organizing tasks, but at the same time, I also love a pen and paper. I feel like jotting down things on paper really help and clearing my mind of what I need to do, what I need to prioritize for the day. I also love my noise canceling headphone. Even at night, there's distraction sounds at outside of your building, and it's annoying. Noise canceling headphones are a must.
I've said this in the first episode. I cannot function with noise canceling headphones. I bought myself some and I was like so excited because it looks so cute because you know it's in right now, like with a big chunky headphones. It freaks me out. It's like I can hear myself think. So I only use AirPods because it has a little bit of a noise canceling effect, but I can still kind of be aware of my surroundings. So it's making a comeback. For anyone who watched the first episode, that's another resharing a fact about myself. I also swear by Monday.com. It kind of just helps outline my tasks for the week and kind of what progress I've made with those tasks. So it just helps put like a picture, kind of like a bigger picture of all your tasks. So when you look at it, you don't forget because it's easy to say like, oh, I'll remember that, like I'll do that later. But then you easily forget with all the hundreds of things you're thinking about. So having that on there, Monday.com really helps. It's very, very useful. All right, this has been such an awesome conversation. I can't believe it went by so fast. Thank you so much for sharing your time with us, Kim, and your insights. But before we wrap up, what's one final productivity tip you'd give anyone who's working from home?
For me, it's creating a solid morning routine. If you feel a success at the start of the day, it continues out throughout the day. So it can be as simple as like opening up the curtains so you can let the light in, or like making that cup of coffee. Anything to get the motion going really helps in elevating your mood throughout the workday.
That is amazing. That is gold. Thank you so much, Kim. And to everyone listening, I hope these tips help you stay focused, motivated, and productive in your home office. Thanks to all our listeners for tuning in. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned for more insights. This has been Nestle from Life That Grow Enrollments. Bye, everybody.
Bye.